Hi everyone, this is Sunny and today I had come up with a session on Git and GitHub. So let's understand Git first. Git is a distributed version control system which stands for VCS. It's a tool which helps multiple people work on same project or documents by changing and managing change to files. Now what does that mean? Let's understand this with an example. Now let's say we have a project name as test and multiple people used to work on same project. So here also we can consider multiple peoples are working on this project, and this project can have multiple files. It can have folders, it can have project code, it can have HTML files, or it can have a simple text file, or it can have anything. Now we have some change to do for this project. Either let me give you small examples. So in real-time scenarios, change can be big. It can be adding new file, replacing file, 1,000 lines of code change. But for now, to make you understand, I will just give a simple example. Let's say we have to change a is equal to 1, and this change was done by Sunny. And on the next day, there is more change which we have to do is a is equal to 2, and this change was done by Rohit. It's not only next day, it can be any day, doesn't make any difference, just trying to make you understand. Now what will happen to the old change which has been done by Sunny? There is no track. Okay, there is no track. We are not tracking this change. We have just replaced a equal to b, or we have added a new file. We are not tracking old changes. We cannot check the difference, like what change has been done by Sunny previously. Now there is one more guy who did the change as a equal to 3, and this change was done by another team member whose name is Mohit. So Mohit did this change, and he doesn't know what change has been done previously by Rohit or by Sunny. There is no record, there is no track. Now let's say when Mohit did this change, a equal to 3, project test stopped working. It's not working. So he has to roll back. He has to check some older change what has been done by Rohit or Sunny when project was working. So how can he roll back? It becomes complex. So for this purpose we use VCS. So VCS is a tool which track all the changes, and what he does, you can say it's a version control system. What actually it does, it makes a versions. Like for the first change which has been done by Sunny, it makes this version as 1, and for a equal to 2, the another change, this is version number 2, and this is version number 3. So now in VCS, when we will use VCS, that I will show in later, it makes version of all the change that has been done by the different team. So it becomes easy to roll back change to check the difference between changes. Now let's say if we have to roll back to the previous change, we can easily go to the VCS and check the change which has been done by Rohit and what is the difference between this version number 2 and version number 3, and then we can easily pull out or do our required things. Okay, so don't get confused, I will show you this practically, but just understand what actually VCS we use for. We use VCS to track changes, okay, that has been done to any file, to any document, to any project, to anything. Now moving to next, that is Git. Like how can we install Git in our local machine? So to install the Git, I had provided this link which you can use in your local machine from the browser, gitscm.com. So let's go to the browser. So you can simply type gitscm.com. Now here go to the downloads. If you are using Mac, you can install for Mac. If you are using Windows, you can click here. If you are using Linux, then you can click here. Okay, because in companies like multiple, there are it depends on the requirement, depends on the project. So some use Mac, some use Windows, and some use Linux. So you can choose accordingly. Now let's click on Windows, because I use Windows and most of the companies use Windows, so I'm showing you for the Windows. But the steps are same. You have to click on there, you have to click here, you have to click on here, you will get the link, and then you have to install. For this Mac, you will get these commands which you have to use. Similarly, for Linux, you have to use these commands like this, apt for Ubuntu, and this. So you have all the commands which you can. For Fedora, you can use these commands. For Windows, there is a simple link here which you can use. See, I have 64 configured, so I will use the 64-bit. It's getting installed. So once it will get installed, you have to double click on that. I had already installed this. There is no issue with the installation. I have checked this, and if you found any issue, you can comment me. So it's getting installed. Wait for it. It's taking time. You have to wait. Now you can see it get installed. Open this. It will get installed in your drive, in your downloads. You can check from there and then double click. So once you will click on OK, it will start installing. But I had already installed this, so I will not install this again. So I will cancel it. Okay. Do you want to cancel the portable Git installation? Yes. Now, how to check whether it has been installed or not? Go to the search bar, type Git, type here Git. Okay, so when you type Git, you will get Git Bash, Git GUI, which is a user interface for Windows, Git Bash, which is for the Windows. You can use Git CMD. So CMD also we get from Git. Once you will install, so just open the Git Bash. If you are familiar with Linux, it will be easy for you to write commands. Now, if to check the version which we had installed, you can type git -, and version. So it will give you the version which we had installed from this web link, which is 2.49, which is working as expected. So we had installed our Git successfully, no issues. Now moving to next. Now we have to do this practically, and for the practice, what I am using here, VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Why Visual Studio Code? Because either you will use Linux, either you will use Mac or Windows, steps will be same. So that's why I prefer Visual Code, Visual Studio Code, and it's open source. You can install it free and without any issue. So let me show you how to install Visual Studio Code, and we will do all practice in Visual Studio Code. Go to the web link again, go to the browser, VS Code download. It will give you this link. Click here. Now here also, when you install Git, you get 3 links, like for Windows, for Linux, for Mac, and here also you will get like for Windows, for Linux, for Mac. So you have to simply click on here on Windows. Thanks for downloading VS Code. So you will get some installer. Okay, it has started here. So once it will get started, you have to double click and it will get installed without any issue. So for now, I don't need this because I had already installed. Why to waste time? Delete. We don't need this. But in case if you found any issue, you can reach to me, you can comment me. Okay. And how to check now whether it has been installed? So see, Visual Studio Code. Now what's next? You have to open it. And it is opening now. You will get the same interface like this. What's next then? Click on File, Open Folder. Okay. Either you can use open folder, or you can create new folder, or you can choose some existing folder. Let me create new folder. So let me go to some drive. This PC, I have a drive here. Let's make some folder, git demo project, and select folder. You can see now it has been changed. Here you will get the project as git demo project. So this is the interface which you will get. Now what's next? We had created our project. Now we will start practicing git commands. Next is, right now if you check here, go to your drive, see git demo project, the same we have in Visual Studio Code. So right now this is empty folder, just an empty folder, and whatever the change we will do this, all the changes inside this project and inside this folder. Okay, now moving to next, configuring git and username, configuring git with username and email. Yeah, it's most obvious. See, whatever the change you will do, git should know, okay, who is doing the change, and for that we have to configure git with username and email. Because see, when you got the mobile, also when you get your machine, you just provide email or your name there. Okay, so similar way we have to give username and email. So let's do this. For that we have commands which is git config global username. So let's use this. And where can we use these commands? In terminal. So click here, do the right click, and you will find open in integrated terminal. You can find here terminal. See, so this is the same path from that folder which is git e drive git demo project. So let's give git config global double hyphen user dot, what it is user, yeah, you're right, user dot name sunny test 2. Okay, and then git config double hyphen global user dot email sunny test2 @gmail.com. So we had configured git now with user.name with name and email, and now we have to check this data. And how can we check? For that also we have command which is git config list. So let's use this, git config and list. Okay, sorry, git double hyphen git config. You can see now in the end user.name is sunny test2, user.email sunny test2 gmail.com. You will get some other details also, but don't worry, for Windows you will get some other details also which is configured. But for now what we have configured here, these additional changes which is user.name and user.email. Now to get quit from this you have to type Q. You will get exit from this. Okay, so we have configured this now. Now what's next? Git version we have already checked. Now we have to, right now this folder is empty folder, and we have to make this repository. Why? Because see, git should know where we have to take changes. It doesn't know where, because there can be multiple folders. Now we have selected this folder and we want to make this a repository now. And to make the repository we have to use the command which is git init. And why? So that Git should know, okay, we have to track changes in this folder. We have to give the versions in this folder, because Git is going to use now this project, which is Git demo project. And for that we need to make this repository, Git repository. And how to make the repository? It's easy. Git init. You can see initializing empty Git repository. Now this has been made as a repository. Now what's next? Now we have to add some files to here. Okay, let's add some files now. And how to add files? Go to the Solution Explorer. See, this is Explorer and this is source control. Go to Explorer. This is source control, and now we will move to Explorer. Here you will find these icons. This is new file. When you move your mouse on these icons, you will get the name as new file. This is to create new folder, and this is for refresh, and this is collapse. So click on new file. Let's add here index.html. So we are adding file. We can add anything. We can add any folder. We can add a simple file, text file, or anything. For now, let's add some HTML file. And here we can give HTML, and inside we can give body, td, and then let's give it a name as this is me. Okay, simple HTML file. Now, so file has been created, and we will save this file, Control S. Okay, so this file has been saved. Now we have to add this file to our repository. And how to add? It's not there. We have to give command in terminal, git add index.html. If you just give star, it will add everything which is in that folder, okay, which is in that solution. It will add all the files to the repository. But we have to, if you have to add any specific file, you have to use index.html. You can see it has been added. And to check the status, you can use git status. So this is green, new file which has been added, showing you, okay, this has been added, but the change to be committed. This is a temporary, this is not yet committed. Okay, so this is in staging area. What staging means, this change what we have done, so we have drafted this, we are checking this, it is okay, but we have not yet committed it. You may have seen, like when you send mail, you write down the mail. Okay, when you are confirmed, okay, our mail is ready, it is okay, then you in the last send it. Okay, that area is staging area. So in the same way, here index we have done our change, so we have confirmed, okay, this is our change. Now we have added this, but still we have not, it's not permanent, it's temporary. Okay, and to make this permanent, what we have to do, we have to commit this change. So we are making it sure, okay, this is me, the change is perfect, it is present, it is okay from our side. Then what we do, git commit m, and then we can use this is our first version. It is just the commit, so that we will get to know, okay, this is our first change, so that we will understand what it actually is. So you can type anything here. So git commit m. Now when we enter here, the change, whatever the change we have done, it will get permanent. Earlier it was temporary. Now when we hit enter here, it is permanent. Now if you check the status again, git status, see, nothing to commit. So right now there is nothing to commit, it is commented. Okay, it was our first commit. So how do we commit here? Now here, if you check here one thing on branch master. So what's branch master here? The master is the branch name where we are pointed. So it is the branch name. And if you have to check this with a command, you can check git branch. See, it's showing us master. So master is the branch name, and don't get confused. So we have understood like how to add file to our repository and then how to comment that. Now moving to next, we have done this comment. Now we can check, okay, now let's say we have to check our comment. So what was the comment which we have done? For that we can use command which is git log. See, this is our first comment. So some random ID gets generated for each comment that we perform in our repository, and this is head, which this is master, which is our branch name, and this is the owner. See, when we configured with our username and email, you can see that author is username and this is our email, date and everything. This is our first version, which is a comment that we provide for our comment. So by this way you can check your each comments. Now moving to next, like to check the difference. To check the difference, let's do some more comment. Okay, now what we do here, let's make some more change. This is me, and I will remove this, and this I will make this Sunny. Okay, tech. Now we have changed this me to Sunny tech, and let's save this. Control S. This is saved. Now again we have to add this to repository, and for that we use git add index.html. This is added. Now we have to do comment. Git comment m, and the comment we can provide, this is our second version. So this is our second version. Now if you check git log, you will find two commits. This is one for second version and this is for first version. Okay, so this is our second version and this is our. Now let's say you have to check the difference between these two versions, and how we can do that. Go to here, which is Explorer. You can see here from the left side, from the left menu, you can find this is our second version and this is our first version. You will find all the comments, and this is our second version. Click on this, open change. You will find the difference between these two versions. Earlier it was, this is me, which shows in red, and this is Sunny Tech, which shows in green from the right side, which is our second version. By this way you can check the difference and you can roll back. You can do as per your need. Now let's say, like, if you get the requirement where you have to check the what changed. So right now we have only two commits. We can have multiple commits. We can have thousands of commits. Now if you have to check some old commit, what you will do in that case? See, we get the ID, unique ID, which gets generated for each commit. You have to copy that, copy this, Control C, then you can check git show, and this is our commit ID, and then click on enter. It will give you all the change. See, this is me. So this was the change which has been done for this commit. And now if you have to check like git show, and if you just provide the, if you just need the change for the specific file, what you can do, colon index.html. If you don't provide this file, it will give you all the details for that commit, all the changes. But if you provide some specific, it will give you only that change for that specific file. You can see now. Okay, So I think that was it for today's session. I hope you understood like how to what is VCS, version control system, how to install Git, and how to use Visual Studio Code, and some practicals that we have done for this session. So let's wrap up the session now. Take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Bye bye.